Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, so we have our last piece of the Duna station. This is 2 RCS storage tanks and another piece which I will kind of show you guys where it's going to go later, because I don't want to take time in explaining all of that because it is kind of not really going in a conventional area on the station, but it does work on where I plan on putting it and where I initially planned on putting it. So it is going to go in that same spot. It's just I don't want to explain it. That is pretty much it. So we will set the station as a target. Beautiful. Everything is looking amazing. And I keep on saying this, and I know I'm probably getting annoying, and I think I said this already before, but I just am not just completely blown away that I have not had any issues, nothing has exploded, or, you know, just no problems whatsoever. Everything is just peachy and perfect. I don't understand it. I guess this is what happens when you properly plan out missions, like down to the exact T, and everything is just absolutely perfect. But you can see some time has passed. I don't know exactly how much time has passed on the good old clock there, but you know, most of it stems down to the fact of setting up this far orbiting satellite, which we did our last episode, and Jesus, that just looks silly compared to Kerbal, at least, because on Kerbal it's close enough to where it kind of meshes in and blends in with everything and kind of makes sense where it's located. This one, it's like planet, moon, nothingness, and then satellite. It just looks silly to me, but yeah, that is where the other thing I was kind of blown away by also is the fact that at its orbit currently, just where it's at, it's only moving about 87 or 80-ish so meters per second, which is actually very, very slow. I was kind of blown away by that, because I think I mentioned on Kerbal it was going somewhere around, I think, a few hundred meters a second, even though it's at the very, very furthest point of influence of Duna, or even on Kerbal. So it's just a little bit crazy to me. So let's get this guy, get him down here and see what we can get. I'm not too concerned with fuel. I just don't know how much we're going to have once we get down to the station here, but it really shouldn't be that much of an issue. I have another fuel tank on this one as well. I really don't know where this fuel tank is going to go. I'm probably going to have to find a place to put this fuel tank, but it shouldn't be so much of an issue. Once again, I try to always figure out where this stuff goes, but I ended up kind of over-preparing with these fuel tanks. I might end up actually just getting rid of a few of them. I don't know yet, but we'll see in the thumbnail. That is the main point there. That I think, if not, I will show you guys our next episode when we're landing some other stuff here, but that is kind of where I will rest on that. Let's see. Alright, that's pretty close. Not close enough for my liking, but that's close. Let's see, this should be... yeah, that's right on the money. That is what we're looking for. What is it, 4 kilometers? Or, yeah, I think that's 4 kilometers away. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I think the worst I've ever done, what gets really bad is when you have stuff that's in orbit like this, and you're actually trying to rendezvous with it, where getting to it is actually a fairly annoying issue because of the fact of it being so far away. It's hard to actually get it to where it's under even 50 kilometers, and that is actually pretty good too, to get it at least around 50 kilometers, at least setting it up manually. I'm pretty sure with you guys out there that use MechJeb and all that other stuff, getting a fairly close encounter probably is not an issue whatsoever. So, I mean, I really don't like getting on the issue of mech jab, but, you know, that is just me. And I don't really like using mech jab or any of that kind of stuff. Even on my modded series, I just prefer doing things the old school way, and, you know, even if it's not the best way, I would rather do it that way. So let's slow down. Come on. Yeah, there we go, buddy. I think I did my dirt burn just a little bit too late here. Not much, but I think the station's loading in. Yep, there it is. Hello there. We might pass you just by a little bit. Just come on. Come on. Wow, what did the station just flip over? I don't know. That was pretty weird. So yeah, we're gonna pass the station just by a little bit. Oh god. Oh yeah, I waited a little bit too long. I gotta you know, do some noob kind of things here and there every once in a while, but that isn't that bad. We'll be able to get back to the station here in a second. Just as long as we don't get out of its influence again, or I shouldn't say influence, to where it's loaded in. That is kind of the main issue. I really hate it when you have to reload in something, and that time it takes to load it in sometimes, because the whole game just kind of pauses there for a second and then it loads it in, and I would rather just not have to deal with that. So let's get ourselves close. This will put us right on the money, and I'll just leave it at about 30. Flip ourselves around. So I've had a few people ask me about docking again too, and you know, I want to say go to my tutorials and look at my docking tutorials and all that good stuff, but you know, even I'm not very confident with my tutorials. My tutorials I set up a long time ago. I was looking at setting up some kind of advanced tutorial or something like that, where I kind of redo my tutorials from the beginning. I was thinking, I mentioned this before, I think I've already said this once before in a few episodes back. I was thinking of doing something just to do with the controls, but you know, when it comes down to people playing this game and just overall, a lot of people aren't very satisfied with mediocre tutorials, which I understand. I totally get that. And you know, with me, I don't really know all of, you know, just about every single thing there is with this game, surprisingly. I don't mean to say that in a way to make you guys feel like you might know more than me, but you know, I always end up learning something new every once in a while, where I'll find that doing something a little bit differently is the better way, or you know, whatever, you know, what have you. It always ends up changing. Just certain things end up changing. Yeah, it looks like this station may have reorientated itself. It does happen in this game, but yeah, I was thinking about doing something like that. I really don't know if revamped tutorials would be something really to consider. I really would like to hear the consensus for you guys and kind of have the overall, you know, just kind of grand gist, or you know, whatever of whatever it is that you guys would like to say. So that's what it comes down to. I'll do it if you guys want to see it, but if you don't want to see it, then you know, that's up to you. I really don't know. You can figure out docking yourself. So let's swing this around. And we gotta dump. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump both of these RCS tanks at once. Not really sure exactly how I'm going to do this, but I think what I will do is I will see you once these guys are all docked up. Alright, and we're back. So I decided to make a few changes. Wow. Very horrible idea of making changes when I was attaching everything. So I can kind of show you everything now that we got. So we have our two main RCS tanks down here. They, you guys all know what they hold, so I don't need to cover that. You got 1500 per tank. So we're pretty well covered on the RCS front for right now. And, I got this still attached. I'm probably going to move all of this around, and I gotta move a few things and just kind of make everything really nice. But, I ended up having this tank attached here, and my idea was, okay, well, I'll just move it from here to here. How hard could that be? Well, when these tanks are full, yeah, that is kind of easier said than done. So I probably will keep this attached for a little while until everything is like 100%, and because I'll use this, what I'll do is I'll take all the fuel out of a tank like this, or I should say a tank like this, or this guy that's sitting over here. I'll put it all into this tank, or this one, and just kind of move the fuel around. That way I'm moving around an empty tank, because the empty tanks are easy to move. This was a disaster, just waiting to happen. I don't know what I thought by moving that. It was just silly, but overall the station is looking fairly decent. The only thing I have a little bit of a complaint for, and I guess I didn't really plan on this, we didn't really extend out too far on the sides here, and it is still a pretty big station, but I'm pretty sure I could have probably added on to it and brought it out a little bit further, probably and out till just about to where this docking port ends here. And we didn't even really reach out that far. The one thing I could do is just put the other fuel tank right on the side here, but I don't really want to mix the fuel tank area with the crew area and stuff like that, where we kind of have like a little bit of a fuel area set up down here, and all this different stuff. We have the RCS and the fuel, and I didn't really plan on having stuff just attached over here either. That was my other issue, is I didn't really want a whole bunch of crazy stuff attached. But we do have our little guy here. We do have a little guy, and we got a big guy on our station. So that is kind of the main, these two parts. This guy, mostly, this one here, has been the biggest help. Though what I should show you too, and this is what has actually come in handy a lot, and I don't think I'll be able to really zoom in on it for you, but you can see that it is a large to regular size docking port. I can't even, what is that? I can't even think. It's like a retrofit. There's another name for it. I can't think of it right now. I'm sorry, but this right here has helped us out immensely with just about everything, and I have been using this one part, well, this one ship, so to speak, just tons of times. But there was a few little issues getting stuff docked up too. I think you guys may have noticed that as well, but yeah, I was kind of laughing about it while I was doing it, but we had a little bit of a mishap attaching this one. I don't think anything broke off the station, at least I kept my fingers crossed. But I decided to just keep going, and yeah, this thing is looking pretty awesome. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in like just 2 seconds. I'm going to move everything. I'm just going to get this thing in the exact way it needs to be set up, just so I can kind of show you guys on this episode. And we're back. I got everything kind of moved around. Everything's looking pretty good. So let's just do this oh god, there we go. Where is he? Is it him? No, yeah, there we go. So we'll do an IVA, and this is what it will look like when stuff is coming to dock up. That looks just freaking awesome. The only thing, I keep on putting these things upside down, and I don't do that on purpose, but I just think that if you're gonna have the hatches and stuff all dock up and line up like perfectly, then they all have to, well, I shouldn't say dock up, but if all the hatches on the station should all be like on the same side, or kind of I just see it as looking better that way. So if we just speed up time, hopefully this guy will come in and dock up with this, but I don't think it's too well lined up. But I could just switch over real quick and just kind of fix it. It doesn't look like it's very well lined up. No, it is not. So if I just bring this down a little bit, hopefully I can get this docked up without actually having to do anything. That would be awesome. So it is going in ever so slowly. You know, we're on the final stretch as far as docking is concerned anyway, so let's just switch back real quick, and IVA. There we go. Now hopefully, this is freaking awesome. If it docks up, I will be very happy. I'm really hoping that it will dock up. Something tells me it's just gonna, at the last second, it's gonna get thrown off or something. We're probably going to see the docking, or the RCS ports just fire like crazy. So, I think I'll quick save too, just to be sure. And it looks like, yeah, that is awesome. That is absolutely freaking awesome. That's the first time I ever watched something dock up, as opposed to always doing it. So, let's see. We will disable... Oh, the RCS is already disabled. That works. So I didn't really move around too much. What I decided was I am not going to have that many fuel tanks, because there's another fuel tank. This guy over here has the other fuel tank. I will be putting all of that fuel into the Duna fuel depot. I decided to keep the 3 tanks, and that's it. So I put one there, and one there. So I will say this station is looking pretty impressive. I still wish it was just a little bit bigger on the sides here, but you know, I can't really complain. It looks awesome. That is the main thing, is it just looks amazing. So I couldn't believe how far it's been and how far it's come. I did not ever think I would actually build a space station, a fully functional space station in orbit around Duna, along with, not to mention, just all of this, just everything, all of this stuff that I've brought. So it has been absolutely awesome. I can't believe how far we've gotten. We still have a few more things, one of them being this little guy right here. No, is it this one? No, it's this one. There we go. This would be Duna Base Beta. I never renamed it. But I'm going to be scouting sites, and we will be finding a new place to land our second ground base. So anyways, guys, if you like what you see here, subscribe. There's always more to come. To new people, welcome. And yeah, I will see you next time.